Welcome everyone to Neverwinter on PC. My name is Reiner and today I will be releasing an update for the Character Builder Plus, version 0.4.4. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you would like to see more informational videos about Neverwinter, hit the subscribe button. As always, with a major update of one of my tools, I like to make a video explaining what was fixed and which features have been added. Kind of like patch notes. The last version I made a video for this tool was version 0.4 and we're at 0.4.4 now. So in the meantime I released a couple of in-between versions, 0.4.1, 0.4.2 and 0.4.3, which contained mainly bug fixes. This time, however, I am making a video, which means it's a bit of a bigger update. I already mentioned on my Discord that I have a surprise in here. By the way, talking about Discord, if you haven't joined yet, pause the video right now and do that. Discord is free to use and the link is in the description. Alright, good. On with it then. As often in the past, I like to do these tool update videos with a change tracker. Luckily, this tool also has one of those. So let's just look there, shall we? So it's under About, Change Tracker, it's here. If you want to know what happened in the in-between versions, which I didn't make a video of, you can of course check it here. It's a big list, but as I said, it's not that big of an update. So, talking about that surprise, that's actually the thing that we're starting with. The first thing in here, and this is not really Character Builder, but that's why it's called Character Builder Plus. It's more than just a Character Builder. I have added a massively improved bag value analyzer. So if you have been watching my channel for a while now, you have probably seen that in my drop rate videos, I typically give an update of my bag value analyzer tool, which helps you do many things and gives you information about the contents of a bag. And that thing used to be in Excel, which is not accessible for everyone, etc, etc. So I thought I'll just add it in here. You can find it on the extra. Maybe if you looked into the menus, you already saw it. It's now here. And if you click it, you get kind of this. You can enlarge this and yeah, here it is. So to the left, you see all of the bags that have data in here. So if you select a bag, it will show you exactly the contents of this bag. And if you want to sort this the regular way that the bag is in the game, you can also say let's sort it by bag order. By default, it's sorted by percentage. So the rarest, typically the main price, is at the top. So, and also in these new log boxes, you have these split ups of groups of drops, let's say like that. I personally prefer the drop rate thingy, so let's keep it at that. So here we have all of the the log boxes and all other containers right now. I have added a couple of searches and filters. So you can search here by bag names. So if I type in chests, it will only show you the chests here. And of course you can remove this and it will be good again. And here you can also look for, and this is completely new, this wasn't there before, you can look for something that's inside of the bags. So sometimes I get questions, where do I get this item? How do I get it? What's the best way to get this item? And here, now you can look for it. So if I look, for example, for Vorpals, because that's a very good armor enchantment, if I type in Vorpal here, you see that this is highlighted right now. Vorpal enchantment rank 9. And these are the log boxes that have Vorpals in it. See, here, this is a rank 8 by the way, rank 9, and this one, rank 9. And this works of course with anything. So I can also look for coalescent warts, which is here, here, here. You can search for anything you want in these things. So that's completely new. The old tool also supported a calculation to see how valuable a bag is. And of course, that's also possible in here. What you can do is fill in the value of this item here. And if you do that, let's say this is like 10 million, it will automatically show you this bag. If the rest all is worthless, completely worthless, and this is 10 million, this bag is worth 14,000 AD. Of course, this is not completely true. The other things in here are also worth something. But yeah, you can fill in the rest yourself if you want, and then you get accurate values. Now, this thing is only in here, but the values that you fill in are actually coupled to the item. So I can show you this. We have twice the blood ruby in here, which is interesting anyway. But if I fill in this blood ruby, let's say it's, I think blood rubies are like 25k. It actually also updates it here. And this is not just within one bag. If I go to another bag that has blood rubies, so we can search for that of course, which is a nice feature. We see that this is the bag that we were at. Then we have blood rubies here, which are also filled in. And we have also filled in here, here. They're all filled in, which is of course very nice. Even better if these values are saved. And yeah, you maybe already saw the buttons, but that's also possible. I actually already saved some values to a file. This file is personal. It will be saved on your own PC, but you can share it if you want. It's prices.dot or something like that. I don't know exactly what the name is, but it will be in the same folder as the tool is. And if you press load from file, it will automatically download the prices from that file. You can of course also save the file. And it will fill in everything for you if you have, of course, filled them in once. You have to keep this up to date yourself. It's not downloaded from the game or something like that. These are personally filled in values. And of course, as before, they also transfer to other bags. So you only have to fill in each value of each item once. If you want to save the file, the values again, so if this is 12.7 million, if I want to make it 15 million, I can save it, and now it's written down to a file. You can also reset these values, they will all go to 0. The file is not changed here, so if I do load, I get my values back, including the 15 million that I saved right now. Let's put it back to 12.7 because that was the value that I picked up just now. One thing you have to look out for, I guess, it's kind of obvious, but if you reset the prices and then save to file, of course you lose all your prices. The file only exists once, there's no backup or something like that. It's all gone. So make sure to, I made this a little bit smaller because of that, but make sure to not just press this and this unless you just want to clear everything. But yeah, that's quite a long update for the bag value analyzer, but this was quite a nice and big project actually. I hope you guys like it, and of course you can change this again, and all the prices will always be filled in. So that's one. This is basically the reason why I made this video. This is the big update in this tool. There's more actually. There's more that also is worth a video, but this is the big one. Next up, we have some minor bug fixes. The blood pup, the augment enhancement power did not work. You didn't get the 3x1000 power defense and combat advantage, I think it is. Basically because the P was small and it's case sensitive. So all the other augments worked, but this one was broken. Next up, the offhand artifact modification should now show up in stats when loading a file. So if I load a file here and I go to player stats, I have power, I think. So if I go to power, the artifact offhand in the middle there, it's 2500. So it now shows up immediately. So that works now. Then I added class stats. Yeah, this was something I kind of forgot. Classes have also stats. So some classes give base statistics. Here you can see the base statistics. You already see here the VIP that's added, which will come later. But you see that everyone starts with 5000 crit, 10,000 combat advantage. If nothing is filled in, it's just flat this. But if you choose for a class, for example Ranger, you get 5000 from Weapon Mastery, which is a class skill. You also get 1500 from Lucky Skirmisher, which is also a class skill. Those were not added before, and these are different per class. So Cleric, and this is only with full Divinity and full Stamina, I think, they get 10,000 of Accuracy and Critical Avoidance. Paladin gets 10,000 Critical Avoidance, I think also 10 Movement Speed. Yeah, Marathon Runner. I think the Barbarian also gets that, right? Yeah. We have the Rogue, which gets a bit of combat advantage. And Deflect, I think? No, it's just Deflect Severity. Then Fighter, which gets... nothing? Really? Base statistics. I think Fighter gets nothing. The Wizard also gets nothing. And the Warlock, which gets 2500 Demonic Vision. The Warlock actually gets also some specific class skills when you select a Paragon. So I think either the Hellbringer or the Soul Weaver gives 20% recharge speed. Let's see? Yeah, here the Hellfire Expertise. So the Hellbringer gives 20% recharge speed. So that's also added to make it complete. Then, so that was this one. The next one is scaling. Of course, the previous builder in Excel also had scaling. I didn't include that just yet because it was also a little bit of work, I guess. But now I have added it. Let me show you. So we have the player statistics. Let's also add the companion statistics. And then we add the scaling view, which is here. So here you can see in Terminus, Runic Corruption, Heroics, your values will be scaled from this, and here are all the separate values of course, to this. Now these values might not be up to date, so I haven't had a final update on these values. I haven't processed everything, but this is mainly to get an idea how it is, and probably most of it is still correct anyway. But yeah, up here in area you can select to which area you want to simulate to be scaled. I'm not gonna say you want to be scaled because I think nobody wants to be scaled. But here you can select whatever area you want. So if we take, for example, Cloak Tower, which is the most extreme one, you will be scaled from 26k to 5000 item level. And here you can also see all of the separate values, scaled values that you get. So a dark enchantment rank 15 doesn't give 120 item level. I think that 120 item level, but it only gives 1 item level. And the gear only 70. Yeah. So things are heavily scaled. So here you can also see the scaled values for power. So Radiant Enchantment rank 15 only gives 20 power instead of 1200. The scaling is very, very heavy. But yeah, we are talking about Cloak Tower, and you should be fine with these statistics in Cloak Tower. So yeah, this is another major update in this tool. You can scale your build now, and you can see what the values are in, maybe not Cloak Tower because it's not so interesting, but if you want to see how strong you are in Castle Ravenloft, here you are. If you want to know how strong you are in Tomb of the Nine Gods, here you are. That's also possible now. Then stamina regen. armor kits were broken at the start. I didn't add them also. They are in the neck, ring, waist. So here you can add armor kits, and the stamina regen now works. So if we go back to player statistics, right now we have a combat advantage major. So this is 880 combat advantage. 880 from the wyvern, so it's below the wyvern iron necklace. If I change this to stamina regen, our stamina regen should go from 18.5 to 20.7 because it's 2.2. So here we got 2.2 major plus 1, that works, and the combat advantage one here should be gone below the wyvern iron necklace. Yes, it is. Okay, so that works. Then armor and weapon enchantments rank 7 until 12. I already had 13 and 14 there, but there were some specific use cases where people did want to use the lower ranks, so I did add them. You can see them here. You can add down until 7 now, and if you slot it, you will see that yeah, it's a lot less strong. At the start of combat, you will call forth creatures. No, that's something else. Where is my vorpal? Wait, I'm on the wrong one. This one. That was stupid. So, weapon enchantment, vorpal rank 7. Your at will encounter and data powers deal 1.5 bonus damage, and the critical severity is increased by 15%. Still better than most rank 14 weapon enchantments. Vorpal is so much stronger than the rest, at least for DPS. So that's also possible now. Then feed descriptions also requested, and also actually on my early plans, if you select a paragon here, now if you hover over one of these feeds, you will get a text describing what it is. This is just the text from the game, and this makes it a lot easier to select something. This is so weird. Is this? Oh, this is really a skill that gives magnitude duration. Okay. Whatever. Anyway. So that works. Then, yes, this is also a nice one. I've added. This is just a start, but I've been working on making the wiki more accessible. As you know, to make this tool work, I need to put a lot of data in here, and my goal is to make this data also viewable in a nice way for you guys. So I'm working on this pocket wiki. I already had the gear and insignia bonuses, so here you can see the gear, which is not done yet, by the way. Insignia bonuses also, you can see all the insignia bonuses, but you can also now use a global search. And this is also a work in progress. It's not done yet, but here you can just type in anything. It has to be at least 3 characters. At least 3 character. Okay, a nice typo. But if I search for buff, you will see that I get all the items that have somewhere in the description or the name or whatever the word buff. So you can look it up in the pocket wiki if you want. It's not visible yet in the inbuilt pocket wiki, but these are artifacts and companions. I didn't add anything else yet, so it's not really global just yet, but this is just to show you what I want to do here. I also want to add a lot more parameters here, but with this it should be very easy to find stuff. So, work in progress, definitely a work in progress. Then VIP bonus, you already saw it at the start already. When I had a reset build, you'll have VIP buff. This is something you can enable or disable here. So we already had the campfire buff here. You can also select now your VIP rank. If it's higher than, if it's 3 or higher, I think you get the HP buff. If you have no VIP, of course, you don't have this. 1 and 2, you don't get it. Actually, at level 1, you should get glory and gold bonus 10%, but that also doesn't show up in the game, so I think it's broken. Anyhow, if you have 3 or higher, you will get your VIP HP buff. Of course, this is related to how many people are in your party with VIP. That's something more for the scenario input. So when I'm going to do more the damage calculations and stuff, that's when this should also be able to increase to 10k. I don't know if I will add it here, maybe, but maybe also not. I might just add it here. I still have to think about that. Anyway, we have a couple more, or just one more buff here. This is also the place where you will be able to select foods and things like that. Okay, so that's VIP bonus. Then the Ebony gear and the Tom rings. We already went in here before, but here, if you go to rings, sort by item level, you'll see that all of the new rings are in here, the 10-10 rings. So if you want to check those out, you can. Also the 990 rings, all from Tower of the Mad Mage. There are only 2 groups who are able to farm this. You can also see the equip bonuses. So these are the ones that are available. They're all here. And actually what this item was also about is the Ebony gear. The Ebony chest pieces are extremely good. So here you can also select now, if you go to armor, Ebony. Is it, yeah, ebonized. Yeah, ebonized chainmail, ebonized breastplate. And the strong thing about these is Butcher's Might, that when you damage or heal your target for more than 10% of your maximum hit points in a single blow, you get 1% more power for 10 seconds. And these stack up to 10 times. So if you do a lot of damage, a lot of crits, typically if you want to have more than 10% damage, then these will give you a ton of power. And these are best in slot for most probably for most classes, period. Some classes might be able to use something else also, but these are extremely good. And last but not least, I added 2 storyteller journals. There is a third one, Flayed, which is something you can grind right now in the Tales of Old event. They have multiple set bonuses, which is really weird, but yeah, you can at least select them now. The first 2, which are the Envenomed, I think. The Envenomed Storyteller's Journal. They have a long text. And as I said, they have 2 set bonuses, and we have the, what's the other one? The Frozen Storyteller's Journal. So these are the 2 that I have in here now. They're still always mythic, so I haven't added yet that you can select the quality of these artifacts. Also something for the future. Okay. That's the update. It's a little bit of longer video than I expected for a tool update, but yeah, the back value analyzer I'm really proud of this. Hope you like it as well. You can download it as always on my Patreon. Once again, if you're not on my Discord yet, I'm giving you one last chance. Go there. There's so much information on there, links to guides, links to information. We have a lot of activity of people talking about builds, talking about strategies, talking about bugs, items, everything. You will not regret it. If you have any remarks on this video or any suggestions on what to investigate next, feel free to leave a comment below and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.